Okay, how do I make a scatter plot if I'm using the TI84Plus? What I do is I hit the Stat button, and I go to Edit, and when I do Edit, I type in all my X values and Y values into that list, just like I did on the TI83Plus. So the general rules still apply to all of that. I can still set my window to what I need it to be. So 8,000, 65,000. Oops, no. X's were the years, so 1970, 2020, 10-year incremental work, 8,000, oops, not 80,000, 8,000, and let's make that 65,000, scale of 10,000, I think will work. Okay, so I got those all in. Then I can hit my Y equals. I got some stuff in there, so let me clear those out. Okay, then I want to go to my stat plot. I want to go to number 1. I want to turn it on so I didn't enter. I do have it selected for scatter plot. I do have the list 1 and list 2 marked. I got my mark on there. So I can hit graph. I got my nice scatter plot drawn out. Okay, so that's all the same. But now I want to calculate the regression equation. So here's where the TI-83 and TI-84 differ. I can do the exact same thing. I go to Calc, I can hit number 4 the LinReg, I can hit Enter. All it gives me is the equation. It doesn't tell me anything about the correlation coefficient. So I can still graph it, so I can still say Y equals. I can still do vars. I can still do number 5. I can still arrow over to the regression equations. I can still hit number 1, and I can still enter and graph it, and see that the line matches up really well with the graph. But I don't have that correlation coefficient. So if I'm going to do that, if I want to know what that R is, instead of going to Calc, I'm going to go all the way over to Test, and then I've got to arrow through the list until I find the LinReg test. What I do is I arrow up because I know it's near the bottom, and now I hit Enter. And I can go through and I can calculate this out. And when I calculate it out, if I arrow down from that list, I still have the same A and B value, but now I can get to that R value, which gives us that correlation coefficient. So that's the difference on the TI-84. If you want to know what the R is, you've got to use the LinReg test instead of just the LinReg. Okay.